is up? How goes it? How are you doing? Window lickers, chaos goblins, and well, whatever's in the couch cushions of Grun's house. How are you doing? It's glad to see. We're happy to see you, and glad that you decided to make your Monday stop here with the Bearded Brigade, the Bearded Trio, the trio of beards, whatever you want to call us. You know, just call us in threes and put a beard in it.
The trio of woe.
The trio of woe.
I
like that. I like that. I think that's what we're gonna have to go with when we go to the expo and we're out there just promoting the Monday show. Yeah, that's right, fans. The Window Lickers Monday show is going to be at the Squared Circle Expo in March coming up next year. So you know what? Get your tickets. Come see some amazing wrestling talent of yesteryear and of, well, what's happening right now in indie wrestling. And then you can also catch the IYH crew. We'll be out there doing our shenanigans. Hopefully, getting Grun out there. We're going to be getting the GoFundMe up. We already got the first video. Grun, he let us know why IYH is his favorite place to be. And we got Nevin back 2 weeks in a row from Nevin. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. And, let us know if you got anything you want to talk about. But guys, how goes it? How have you been? What's new with y'all?
I've been playing some Pokemon emulators. I think Kevin was saying
we were just bonding over it right before we went on, and Voice is like, save it for the podcast. Save it for the podcast.
Save it for the podcast, boys. No, these are really cool discussions that we did get into, and this one's a little more in depth if you're into video games and you want to go out there and get more of an experience. So Grun, I'll let you and Kevin take over this section because, well, you guys are the experts of it.
Yeah, well, so for me, there's specific versions I liked and that I didn't get to play. Now I installed the original yellow version because I thought, oh, there's some sort of secret way to legally get Mew or Lugia. No, it's all glitches. Yep. And that makes me mad because I'm not good with glitches. I'm not good. I hate them. I hate doing glitches. Like, nope, doesn't feel legit. Doesn't feel legit. Nope. Crystal got into that. That's been
I got into Crystal too, man, a long time ago. But
not that Crystal.
Yeah.
Pokemon Crystal version.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, with the legendary Hound dog Pokemon. The wild Pokemon are motherfuckers because they won't stay in the goddamn Pokeballs.
Crystal version was like known for how wildly steep the curve was on the difficulty for whatever reason, and so did because that was the middle version. Like it was the yellow to red and blue. Mm-hmm. It was the Emerald to Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah.
It was that third game.
Mm-hmm.
And Gold and Silver were already difficult.
Really?
They were already plenty difficult enough. If you go back and play Gold and Silver, the original versions, Gold and Silver were plenty difficult. Then in Crystal, when they redid everything and rebalanced, they decided, not hard enough. This child's game? Nah. Nah. How can we make this more like Lion King from the SNES?
Oh my god!
I just want to catch them all. I just want to catch them all.
Oh, fucking Chimpokemon, man.
Chimpokemon, man.
I did also get Emerald because I'm like, you know what? It's got to be the best version of the three, right? Hopefully.
Emerald is good. So, Ruby and Sapphire, I don't know if you remember this either, but Ruby and Sapphire were pretty difficult when they came out.
Oh, I remember I played Ruby. We had Ruby. I don't remember it being too difficult, but I probably...
There's a curve. So it's not difficult all the way up until you get to the Elite Four. The Elite Four in that game, they're like, okay, we're going to make them actually elite. And that's what they did, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But that was what happened. It was just like, I'm glancing through the game, playing with the Pokemon I want to play with. And then the Elite Four chin checked the shit out of me. And I had to go back and train more goddamn Pokemon.
Well,
Isn't real quick, isn't
yeah.
the Emerald, isn't that one like a very rare one and like sought after for the Game Boy Advance?
I think the original ones, yes.
Because I was watching this video of this
I think it was
guy.
pretty. It was. It had a nice release, but like since I don't know if a lot of cartridges held up.
Well, he
Yeah.
was talking about this guy I watch. He goes to garage sales and like that's what he specifically looks for, video games
Right.
and things like that. So he came across an Emerald Game Boy Advance Pokemon game cartridge, and he was talking to her, and he's looking at it, and he goes, this is a counterfeit one, right? And she just kind of laughed it off, and then he shows the like actual evidence of it being a counterfeit one and what you could buy that for, and she's trying to sell it for the right price, like what it would be if it was. But yeah, I just came across that, thought I'd throw 2 cents in, be a part of the
Yeah,
conversation.
because if that was so Crystal was Game Boy Color, not Advance.
Yep.
So if she had an Advance version, then that would be counterfeit.
Yeah,
because it doesn't exist.
Well, apparently she wanted 50 pounds for it, and he was laughing.
Oh,
She
yeah,
wanted the
that's counterfeit.
same amount of money that she had for an original PlayStation when they introduced the DualShock controllers.
Yeah,
It was in the box and everything.
Wow.
Perfect
Okay, so
condition.
still in the box. That should
Yeah,
be more.
that's what he was more impressed with. But he was like
Yeah.
checking that out. He's like, why? Well, it's not even
Why
the
is
real
it the
game.
same amount?
Yeah.
Yeah, and for anyone wondering out there what an emulator is as well, because we didn't really explain that. And yes,
Yeah,
JoJo
let's
Region was
explain.
the second.
Yep.
The emulators are basically versions of the software that you can play on computer. And once it goes on the computer, though, and this is another thing that Grunt and I were talking about prior that we're like, oh, say we're on a podcast. When it comes to emulators, once it's in program form and it's on the web or like, uploaded, people can modify it. And because when they can modify it, they can add their own sprites or their own designs or their own themes or their own stories. There are sites out there where you can get just the wildest Pokemon games. Now, some of them are with fidelity and they just want to make it like a different kind of game, different kind of story, different kind of starters, a lot of that. And then there's other ones that are just wild shit. Like it almost brings in aspects of Digimon to it, where in Digimon you could DNA Digivolve, where you would take two Digimon, slap them together, make a new Digimon. There are Pokemon games on these sites where you can do the same thing with Pokemon.
That's crazy.
And it's wild because the designs on most of them are really good. It's like Poke Fusion and games like that, I think.
Okay.
And those games, like the sprite animations and the sprite like designs, you can see the two the two Pokemon that actually went into creating it. And some of them are very cursed. And some of them are super cool. If you get a Weezing combination, it's cursed. I promise you. That or a mime one. Mr. Mimes are always cursed.
Yes, always.
Fucking Mr. Mime.
I don't need to know what they fuse. Mr. Mime is fucking weird as fuck. Like, combining that with any Pokemon.
There's sites where they do this might be sites too, like PokeFusion, like .com or like whatever. I'm sure I'm getting the address wrong, but it's specific sites where they have sprites of combined Pokemon. So like it's not a game, you just like put this one together, and people make like whole YouTube shows off of it because it's just wildly cursed shit. And there are almost infinite combinations of Pokemon because there's 1,000 Pokemon now.
Yeah, there are. It's insane how many they've made.
Kevin, I'm going to tell you what I want. I want them to stop making you know what? You've gone far enough. You've gone crazy enough. Here to make me happy, to make a Pokemon OG fan happy that likes up to Generation 3, please just include the advanced evolutions of the Pokemon we know that we grew up with, like Annihilate. That is fucking badass.
That was sick though.
Thank you, but you waited like 6 generations to give us that.
So I think a big thing with it is they kept making new. They went with the Barney Stinson method. New is always better. And they went so far with the new, they're like, oh shit, what new shit are we gonna make? And they're like, oh, let's look at the old stuff again. And they should have looked at the old stuff to add on to existing stuff before, because now they're in a pickle.
Yep.
And now they're making cursed Mega Starmie designs in this new game where Starmie just has legs. And it's like, well, what the fuck are we doing here?
What the fuck?
Dude, okay. At the end of this, remind me, as we're signing out, I will show you a picture of cursed Mega Starmie. And but I don't want it to bog down the show, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your brain once I put it up.
once I put it out there,
once you know your brain is contaminated.
Oh my god!
All right, guys, Nevin is in the chat. He has said he is ready for rear. He means raw for so long right now. We got House chiming in. He's calling us beautiful bastards. So last discussions, last comments on the emulators of Pokemon. Anything you guys want to get out before we dive into raw?
Up to Generation 3 of Pokemon is the real Pokemon. Anything past that is an abomination. I will not.
All right, put that arm down, Elon. Jeez, give your heart to the audience. Hey there, Elon. All right, go ahead.
Jesus, yeah. Come on, man.
I love you, Grun. You always play right into it.
All right. To Raw.
All right. Well, we will kick to Raw. So, Kevin and Grun, your Pokemon discussion. This is what I got for you.
Hey, how many fingers am I holding up? 1. Congrats. Won yourself a Chewy bar.
There you go. We love you guys and all the nerdy shit we get into. 15 minutes. You know, Nevin, since you are only 2 weeks in, let me just tell you, our first 10 to 15 minutes, we like to talk about things outside of Raw so we can get our friendship going. You guys can see, you know, we're more than just guys in spandex slapping each other and giving each other clotheslines. We have more interest than that. And this one was actually fun because I also did an emulator back in the day when they discontinued Dreamcast. And once we found out a bunch of fans of Dreamcast put out damn near a Dreamcast emulator, me and my roommates, we played that for 2 weeks straight. And some of us got rode up at work, but you know, we're off to Raw. So that's where we're going to talk about. So Monday Night Raw, guys, it has been getting good. Last week, we had a Raw that was, well, before we went live, so we went over it. So this will be our preview. What are we going to be predicting for Raw? What are the topics you guys want to talk about for Raw? And let's get it going. Grun, you started us off last week. So you know what, Kevin, it's your turn. Your turn to shine, big dog.
All right. You know, it's been a little while since I've brought up this division, I think. It's been brought up a little bit more otherwise from you guys. But I think with the happenings of last week, it might be worth a discussion piece. Maxine Dupree.
She's got a rematch tonight against Becky Lynch.
She does. So to spoil what my thought process is in her potentially winning tonight, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay.
I think Becky needs to retain. It doesn't have to be Becky pinning her, but I think Becky has to hold the title.
Okay.
That being said, that's not really what I want to preview and discuss. I want to talk about Maxine specifically, in the sense that in almost one match, many opinions changed of her. And with those opinions changing, where do we see her? Do we see her as the next Intercontinental Champion? Do we see her at least getting more of mid-card run against, you know, larger names of females? Do we see both? What are we thinking after the breakout performance of Maxine Dupree? What do we think will happen with her?
Okay. Let me throw my thoughts out here, Grun. So if she puts on the stellar performance that she did last week, I see her taking the Intercontinental title off Becky down the road.
Mhm.
I see that they will be there. The fans will demand a third match after this one. And Becky will, she'll do her arrogant, I'm the champ, no one can touch me. And then Maxine's going to get it. But here's the thing. I think Nevin, and I think he's saying AJ Lee. I think that's who he was saying when you said who would be the next Intercontinental.
Mhm.
And I kind of want to say I think that's where they're going to roll. Unless Maxine really delivers tonight. Like, how do you top last week? That, I mean, you have to top it. It's the same scenario, different city.
Mhm.
We know because we have been fans of wrestling for so long. I don't know, Grunt, if you've ever been to a WWE dark show. I have. Kevin, have you ever been to any of their dark shows?
Like when it's not televised?
Yeah.
Yes, I've been to the house shows.
Okay. So you call them house shows.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the house shows, they're, Kevin, and I hope you can agree with me from what you've seen, but they're a little more relaxed. They're willing to try a little more with inside the stories that they're playing weekly on television.
Mhm.
And Maxine, she seems like somebody who can get so much traction at those house shows, at those dark shows, to where the heads of WWE almost have to put her in a position to where it's a sink or swim moment. And I think that's where we're at now. I think everybody was shocked with the performance last week, and she really proved herself in what she's learned and what she's gathered in this time she's been away. But the time that we haven't seen this, I mean, I honestly, this is the first time we've seen her at this peak performance. Am I correct?
Mhm.
Has anybody else seen a Maxine Dupree match where you're like this stoked on it?
No.
I haven't either. So, Kevin, I'm almost saying with you, I think that she's going to be the next IC title, because for some reason AJ Lee's just not hitting for me. I know that that's where they're probably wanting to focus the next champion is with her, because there's so much momentum without her even having to be in a ring for so long.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. This one's confusing to me because I want her to do so well, but then there's that chance that if it's a repeat match, are the mainstream fans going to enjoy it if it's not the 10 that it was last week?
Right. And I also, worth noting before I pitch it to you, Grunt, because I don't want to talk too much on this before I get your thoughts, is we don't know the nature of AJ's return contract
No,
at all.
that's a
And we
great
haven't
point.
seen her since WrestlePalooza. So, and also with Seth injured, are we going to continue with that same kind of thing where, you know, Seth was feuding with Punk, AJ feuds with Becky? Because Seth's gone. Seth's gone for a while with a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
So I thought that was worth noting, but Grunt, I didn't want to pollute too much or give too much of my thoughts. Just some thoughts.
Right. No, yeah, and I think AJ's out of the picture. I don't think AJ's going to happen, just because, like, if AJ appears tonight or after Maxine lost, I feel like it's going to hurt Maxine more, hurt AJ. I don't think fans are going to appreciate that AJ, who pushed for women advancement in WWE, is now taking opportunities from Maxine, who has been working her ass off for 3 years now, and has put on the best match we've ever seen from her against Becky Lynch in really a storybooked ending where Becky got in her head and let herself get counted out for a loss against Maxine. I think Maxine picked up the win tonight because Becky is still in her own head, but this time causes a disqualification.
Yep.
This makes it the story, Maxine is living rent-free in Becky's head, and Becky can't put Maxine down. This is going to drive a huge match, which I think is going to lead to Maxine's first pay-per-view match. Regardless of whether she wins or loses straight up, Maxine is going to come out of this feud looking like $1 million.
And I
You
think
got
that's,
Nevin going with you.
I think you're accurate, Grun. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think, yes, disqualification tonight. I think that makes sense. You have Becky essentially get angry, get herself disqualified. You know, it reminds me, this was back, I think, in 2001, 2002. This reminds me of when Stone Cold came out, distracted The Rock, and Hurricane Helms rolled him up. And then Hurricane Helms had a pinfall victory over The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, like, you have someone in Maxine who has been more of a comedy act, who has been less serious, and you have the opportunity to now transition her into a larger role simply because, and she didn't even get a pinfall victory, but she got a victory over Becky Lynch, and that's what matters. You have Maxine Dupree, who has this unique opportunity to now rise up the ranks and to put in more work and more stuff in the middle and be more prominent as opposed to that comedy figure. And I think that's what we're going to get. Now, whether she wins the Intercontinental title or not, I honestly think is irrelevant. Because if she wins, cool. That's good. But I also think if she wins this time, it cools her off. The reason I say it cools her off is we're already getting the big pop. We're already getting the biggest pop we're going to get with Maxine Dupree, right? It would be that title win. But if we can take that away and then Maxine keeps building up and then she wins that title maybe next year. Now we're all behind Maxine. Now it's not, how is this title reign going to go because they strapped a rocket on her back, because then people will get out their criticism guns. Now it's, we're already behind this woman. We wanted her to win. Fuck yeah, let's go. And then it doesn't matter what kind of title reign she has. And it can be short. In fact, I believe it should be short because it'll protect her. And it's not, Maxine's in a position where she can finally be led through a really good match and do her part and hit all the switches. But you don't want to put her in a champion's position where she might have to carry somebody else because she might not be there yet. I'm not backstage. I couldn't tell you what her skill set is. But just from what I've seen in the past and what we're now seeing, the level up moment is that now she can work with the older veteran women and do her part and get over, which is now what's happening. I wouldn't expect her to be able to go straight from that to ring general. Not yet.
Yeah. That, no, what everybody's saying is very realistic about where she's at right now. And Nevin, we'll get to your question here shortly. Yeah, I just honestly, I really think, I think she's doing the work. She's putting in the work. She's proving it in front of a camera. I think that is where we're at with her. And hopefully tonight shows us even more. I would like to see a little more of what Maxine has learned in these past 3 years and what she can put together for a big time opponent like Becky the Man Lynch. Real quick before we move on from that, do you guys just a quick fire answer? Do you guys think that they're going to do a bigger push with Becky and use Seth's injury in her storyline, especially with Maxine saying that maybe that's what's in her head, things like that, where Becky can play in that world? Or do you think they'll separate it and just keep it?
I think they could go either way. I think either way makes sense.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd love to bring in the Seth of it. I think that would be smart.
Well, they teamed them up. I mean,
that's why I don't just want it to get scrubbed away. Like, I don't just want it, Because even if it's just a passing thing and then they don't mention it again, like it doesn't need to be like this huge cornerstone of Becky's story.
Exactly.
But I don't just want it to disappear either. Because if it just disappears and they're just like, well, they were together, their wife and husband, but we don't talk about Seth no more.
Yeah.
Like this isn't Encanto. This isn't we don't talk about Bruno in fucking song form and then Becky comes out doing a whatever. Like no.
I love it. Yeah, I think you could play, especially in this this specific storyline. I think Becky could use it and be like, well, I was distracted because I'm worried about my husband at home with his shoulder and taking care of the baby. He could barely lift our babies, something like that. I think she hits so well in certain things.
Yeah.
Yes, Nevin, you can get as mad as you want. I mean, it's not going to really affect me if you get mad or not.
Yeah, no, that's not what he's saying.
No, that's okay though. We'll hit that question. I like that question.
Mod? What's that?
He wants to be a mod for the channel.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I see what you're saying now.
We don't have mods, but I think if we did, I think we'd prefer those among IYH being the mods, just because we know what we want on the channel, and really we don't really have issues. We don't really have like Twitch. Once in a while, I'll see bot mod come in like, "Hey, you want more viewers?" It's like that. Like I don't see any reason for us to need mods at this moment.
We tend to do that job through the hosts of whoever's hosting that show tends to be the live mod.
Yeah.
So we tend to end up doing that. But
regardless, and you never know what could happen in the IYH world. Doors always open here. But let's jump into this Iliad.
Hit this real quick.
Question. How do we feel about the win? Where are we at with him? Big moment in WWE. Especially with the kind of the sore news we got about Seth being out. The Vision kind of got dismantled because of it.
A little bit.
But where are we at? How are you guys feeling? Kevin, why don't you let us know? And then Grun, right after him, you take her home.
Ilya needed to come back with something big. This was a good call because you couldn't take the title off Cody, and Seth's stuff is already pretty ingrained even without him there. True. It's got to be Braun going for that, and you don't want it to be Ilya coming back winning just for Braun Breaker to murder him. That's not so. Ilya coming back winning that title was the statement that they needed Ilya to make so that they could start ascending him further. And he's going to put on banger match after banger match because Ilya is a lot like Sheamus in the sense that he's going to go out there, he's going to hit hard, he's going to make you believe, and then he's going to walk out. And that's it. So him in that position is good. I didn't. Sammy and Solo is wonky to me in the sense that we gave, I guess giving Sammy an out wasn't the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, it feels like Solo's going to sniff around Ilya Dragunov, and I would just like him to, we're just going to go this way away from the MFTs.
Okay.
Because Ilya just needs to be his own thing where he can just feud with other people.
So you need Ilya to breathe right now.
We need Ilya over here. Like he can get into another feud. Don't get me wrong, and he should get into another feud. But I don't want it to be with the MFTs. There's too much going on with them already, and I'm just worried by periphery. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not in the booking and creative meetings, so I might be wrong. But that's my concern right now. Is I just want Ilya away. I'm also this is more of a personal taste. It's not that they won't put on a good match. Solo and Sammy have been so linked in general. Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of sick of them together.
No, I get you.
In a one-on-one in a feud story. Again, both guys talented workers. They're probably gonna put on good matches. The story will be coherent, but it feels like I'm reading the same chapter again.
No, I get you. That makes perfect sense. Real quick before we go to Grun, Kevin, do you feel like, okay, let's say that every wrestler has a punch card, and that punch card gets punched every time you feel that they've had a 5-star match
Sure.
or a match that you would suggest for someone to watch.
Mhm.
Was this match that for you? Could you punch Ilya's punch card on this match?
For one of his better matches?
Yes.
No.
No.
Not to say that it was a bad match. It's
Yeah.
just that Ilya has already had a lot of good matches in WWE.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah.
I don't even think it cracks top 10.
No. Okay.
So, and some of it does boil down to the finish, but it was a big moment for Ilya. So if we were looking at it in terms of moments for Ilya, it might break top 10. But as far as matches itself, with everything involved, I feel that Ilya has done more in more matches.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. I wanted to get that that thought process of yours using what I was thinking, and then just kind of letting you guide it. You're the teacher here. Grun, let's hear what your thoughts are and what you're expecting.
Well, what I'm expecting is that Ilya's going to hold this title for as long as he wants. Sami Zayn, yeah, because
settle down, big dog.
Let's. I'm sorry, but Melo has to get a win over Miz at either Rumble or Mania before he goes for the U.S. title again.
Okay.
And I do believe that is going to happen. Now, as for everybody else on the roster, Ilya, he doesn't necessarily have to win clean with them. He just needs to dominate them. He just needs somebody else to be mad at his opponent to interfere in the match. That's all he needs. Now, I'm not saying that Ilya, that's the only way Ilya can win, because Ilya is Russian born, raised in Germany, and he grew up on the European indie scene. They tend to hit hard, and if you can't take hard hits, you don't make it out of Europe. So Ilya,
we've seen some truth to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ilya is going to be champion for as long as he wants. Sami Zayn is going to be stuck in his own hell because his own hell is exactly where he wants to be. In his hell, he rules. He wanted Ilya to win. That way, so he could get out, make an argument for why he's going to be the one to save us from Cody Rhodes. Because, Cody Rhodes is turning heel. Well, you know what? You've pushed him. You all pushed him to turn heel because you don't love Cody Rhodes like I love Cody Rhodes. Because I love John Cena. If I love John Cena, I love Cody Rhodes.
Oh my God.
Sami Zayn is an evil, horrible person, not because of his. Just so we're clear, it has nothing to do with his opinions. Okay, his opinions are his own. It has to do with the fact that he has stolen every match he has won as United States champion. It has to do with the fact that he keeps pushing himself into the Bloodline storyline when he does not need to be in it. He's not even Samoan.
Wow. Grun, you are on fire today.
Mac and Foster did that thing, with the who can say pussy the most.
Wow. You are just fired up. You and Foster are out there just pulling people over and playing, the meow game, How goes it? Grun, I know you've had this issue with Sami Zayn for, well, we've been aware of it for, a few weeks now. I can see where your frustration comes from him, but also I have to give credit to the devil when he plays the character so well, and Sami Zayn is that guy right now. He plays the characters that he's supposed to play so well. But that brings us to your mention of John Cena in this moment. We're going to get to this thing towards the end, but I don't know. It might be a rumor. Grun, I don't know if you've seen the video I sent, but Vince Russo, was it Vince Russo?
Probably.
Yeah, it was Russo. He was discussing that he's heard through people in Cena's camp that John Cena is not happy at all with this retirement ending, and that there's been people who may have reached out to AEW. I don't know the truth to this because, again,
That
it is
sounds like
from
Russo.
Vince Russo. He could just be stirring the pot, trying to cause chaos, trying to get clicks, views, everything. But it's an interesting thought.
That's fair.
It is an interesting thought. The only reason why I think that there might be even the slightest interest, if John Cena is truly unhappy with the fact that his final opponent is an Edge, his people will only reach out to Tony Khan and say, listen, you're getting one match out of me, one match. If you try and get any more out of me, I will fucking end you because I am John Cena. I own your ass. You are not worth more. Your company is not worth more than me. I want one match with Edge. One match, 2 appearances. 1 appearance to set it up, a second appearance for the match. That is it. That is all you get because I am John Cena. I am WWE born and bred, and you are the stone cold, soulless bastard that would not allow Edge to come back to the WWE
Well,
and be in the match that he was made to be in.
we don't know if Tony was the reason for that. All we know is Edge isn't going to be the last opponent. But if Cena fans get this moment and it happens in an AEW ring, I don't know what is going to be left of John Cena's reputation in the WWE fandom. That Kevin, you're a wrestler. You know this stuff in and out. You know how to write a story, how to do a show. How would this work? How would this even be a thing?
As far as Cena going to AEW
for this one match,
I mean, it's an easy sell. Tony Khan mostly he has extensive experience booking just dream matches, and he can build the one match. The problem that AEW always ran into, at least at the beginning, they're starting to get better about it now, but at least at the beginning, was they didn't know where to go after the dream match. They had the first match, and then they didn't know where to go afterwards, or they didn't know how to get there, or whatever. And again, that's gotten better recently. But as far as how it would work from a logistic standpoint, it would be good in AEW, I bet, because it's an easy sell. I put Cena and Edge on a promotional poster, send it out, count your money. That's it. That's all you would have to do. The match could be a flaming dumpster fire of dog shit, and everyone will have already paid the money to see it because it's going to be on pay-per-view. So, it wouldn't be a flaming piece of dog shit either, because both men would try their hardest and get it out there and do everything. Yeah. So this is not me saying that they couldn't do it. I'm saying that even if it did erupt in a ball of fire, it wouldn't matter because they're such big draws. You don't have to do anything. You just have to hit Cena's music. He comes out there, looks Edge in the face, and points at a sign. Think Mania, Taker, Triple H. It sells itself by Taker standing there, looking at the WrestleMania sign, throat cut. Done. They didn't do a goddamn other thing. They just put it on a poster board.
Yep.
There was nothing else going into that match. It was just that. That's how they could do it. A 4-year-old could book getting to that pay-per-view with Cena and Edge. A 4-year-old.
You ain't lying on that one. You are not lying on that one.
You need no business acumen. Put him on a poster, good to go.
Yeah. I'm there with you. All right, so we got 20 minutes outside of Raw going live. So Grun, do we want to get to your topic quick, or do we want to hit this Nevin question? Because I don't really have much to say. It works in the storyline.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad. I don't know. I really don't know with CM Punk.
I am curious as far as CM Punk goes. I'm curious how, because he just won a number 1 contendership for the title for Seth.
Yeah.
But how is he going to wrestle an injured Seth? Are we getting it? Are we just putting Seth on the shelf and vacating it? and then we're just gonna do Breaker and Punk.
I guess so.
It's gonna be an awkward transition one way or another.
Yeah.
I say Brock comes in, he says, "This is my title, and you have to take it off me." And then we just see who can
he
take
just
it
takes
off
the
him.
title.
Yeah, he just takes it. Let's just go that route.
Fuck it.
He'd do that. He would do that.
I'm down for it.
I'm not saying I
I
wouldn't.
don't even have that big an issue with it.
No.
Until Seth gets back, let's do that.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
It makes things interesting, and it eventually leads up to, because let's be honest, we would all much rather Punk never be able to beat Lesnar. That way, so at WrestleMania, Rumble winner is Braun Breaker, and he picks Brock Lesnar. We get Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
In that scenario, Braun has to be face, correct?
Oh, yeah.
So then he shouldn't have Heyman with him. Correct.
I think it'd be very easy for Brock to be like Paul, you're either with me or you're in the grave.
I could see Lesnar just abducting Paul.
Yeah.
Being like, you're on my side.
I do think that there's an interesting storyline between where does Paul Heyman go? But I think in that scenario, as odd as this might sound, I would prefer Brock to be the face. Braun has to stay the heel.
Okay.
Yeah, for Seth food, yeah.
For that specifically, Braun has to stay the heel.
God, that would be so fucking wild to
It
see
really would.
a match designed like that.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
I love that.
It'd be 10 minutes of chaos. Like
It
I do not want a 20-minute Brock Lesnar and Braun
You don't
match.
need it.
I want them throwing A-bombs. I want them just destroying each other right out the gate. I need Goldberg Lesnar when it's Braun Lesnar. I don't need Lesnar trying to go back and forth with, Dean Ambrose or Bobby Lashley just trying to go back and forth. Like, no, that's not no. We're coming out, we're throwing grenades at each other. We're going to see which one gets blown up first.
I love it. That's where I'm at with that.
Yep.
Grun, let's hit with your topic and finish out the show.
All right. I want to talk about Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio successfully defended the Intercontinental Championship last week against Penta with some Eddie Guerrero style in his own Dirty Dom flavor for cheating. And Dominic Mysterio, proving that he's not Eddie's kid, proving that he's not Ray's kid, because he can't be this stupid. He says, how come no one else is defending their titles? Oh, you know what? I'm Adam Pearce, and I just realized your tag team title buddies haven't defended the titles since they won them.
Hey.
So they're going to have to defend them tonight on Raw. And you get to go and tell them that they're defending their titles next week, which is tonight. So how much longer before Finn just loses it and beats the ever living hell out of Dom Mysterio?
Well, that's an interesting question because it seems like it is boiling over, and we've been here before, IYH. So many times we talk about the Judgment Day and their inevitable explosion to where they're not going to be a team anymore. And that was 3 months ago, the last time we had a big discussion about that, and they're still riding high. So I think that that's what's going to be the ultimate explosion inside Judgment Day. It's going to be Finn and Dom going against each other. Maybe this gets us a little closer to the powder keg finally exploding. Maybe it doesn't. But what we're really going to do is we're going to focus on how amazing Dom has become lately. And just like he's becoming bigger than the Judgment Day in itself. So it kind of makes sense that he kind of leaves the group. Like he's becoming too big for the group.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for Dom, what now makes the most sense to me is that Dom has a face run, Eddie Guerrero style,
Okay.
where he lies, he cheats, he steals,
And we love him.
because it's already getting over that way.
It really is.
And Dom now becomes the personification of Eddie Guerrero. He already is, but now you really embrace it more in a face role, because then you can go more overt with it if you really want. And then you can have that's something that you can evolve over time and even get away from at some point if you want, because at a certain point, people will start comparing him too much to Eddie Guerrero and he won't be Dominic Mysterio anymore. But that has meat on its bones as a storyline too, as long as you're going to be overt with it. So I think you're right. I think Dom is the one that's gone from Judgment Day, and that makes the most sense for him to go off and do whatever he wants to do. I don't know where that leaves Liv Morgan when she comes back, or where it leaves anyone else, or where it leaves Judgment Day as a whole. But specifically, I think Dom is the one that goes away. And Dom is the one that the tension overrides, and Judgment Day attacks Dom. But I think it's better for Judgment Day to now cost him one of his titles. And I think it's better for it to be the IC title, not the Mega. Because the Mega, I don't think, is going to get as much publicity as if the Intercontinental title is cost. And you can cost them both with the Judgment Day to turn them. But I think the first one needs to be the Intercontinental.
I can agree with that. And I think you could get a bigger niche section of the wrestling fandom with the AAA title as a separate thing. I kind of don't even want it on WWE defended. I want it defended on their turf. I want us to go there, because at the end of the day, the AAA is still a thing. Like, it's a big thing. Like, it's got so many great personalities and characters that come from it. And the fact that Dom is intertwined himself in their world, being a WWE guy, I love it. I think it's great. They're not missing anything with Dom right now, and it's good to see. But yeah, I like where you guys are going with the face, him with the Eddie style. I think that's where we need Dom at, and I don't need him in Judgment Day anymore. What happens to Liv when she comes back? That's the interesting thing. Me and Grun, I believe we talked about Humphreys teaming up with her, and her introducing Humphreys to the crowd in a way to where her and Humphreys can team up and take on, Roxanne and them. So many possibilities could happen.
There is. Should we show a photo of Bailey Humphrey? That was not the right.
Whoa, Grun's pulling up some.
Nope. That apparently there is
Master Judo. Grow up, just grow up. Come on, this is a serious show. We broke Kevin.
Never had a serious in my life.
Grun, are you still looking for a picture? Well,
yeah, I found a good picture.
Okay,
Joe's pretty good. Sent it in. What the fuck? I did not. Did I just send? Why did I? Really?
Oh gosh, we're getting pics of Grun.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just a little bit stupid.
No, you're not stupid, buddy. You're a good guy. But
hey, there's an email. Thanks for the email, brother.
At least I sent it in a safe place, John.
What does Jizzo mean?
Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, so when I was when I moved to Elkhart, my very first roommate was this ginormous black dude named Big Al, and he was like man, I'm tired of calling you Joshua. One night we were just chilling watching football. He's like, you know what? You Jizzo. And I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that means, but all right, man. And I just passed the blunt to him and we kept going and
You gave him
it
the old
stuck.
Matthew McConaughey. All right.
Yeah, all right.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's where I was with it. Grun, you sent me that.
Yep.
Let me
Yep.
pull it up real quick and add it. But yeah, I mean, this does lead to an interesting question. What happens to Liv? Where does she fit in? And this is who we're saying Liv needs to team up with.
It's so tiny.
It is so tiny. Let me pull that up here. There we go.
There we go. All right.
This is Bailey Humphries. Okay.
Sure.
So she was in LFG and me and Grun were instantly, once we seen her on season 1, this is the first person I think we talked about Grun because I mean this in the sincerest way. She is such an oddity physically that it's like watching China for the very first time and seeing her and just the dominance she had in the body. Bailey's the same freaking way. And it's insane because she also learns so quickly and she knows how to use her size. They teamed her up a good chunk of her time on LFG with smaller competitors. Obviously, they didn't have too many giants like her, but the smaller statue girls, she did so well with. I was impressed with the way she was able to handle herself. And I just think seeing the contrast between her and Liv would be that's money right there.
Oh, yeah.
That is such.
I think Liv works better when she's paired with larger women too. Look at Raquel Rodriguez.
Very true. Very true. Very true. I agree on that one.
I also think when Liv comes back, the ready-made feud is right there. And it's with Roxanne. So if you're going to pair her with someone larger, put like a Bailey Humphries, that's a ready-made tag feud with Roxanne and Raquel and Liv and Bailey.
And to me, that would be like Liv saying, hey, I see what's going on. I'm bringing my ammunition too.
Yep.
So
bringing in my own heater.
And I'm sorry, but if I seen that lady coming down the ramp, I would run. I would get right behind Raquel. And I would be like, save me. I love it. All right, fans. So we are legit 7 minutes outside of Monday Night Raw going live. And you know what? I can't wait to talk about next Monday when we see the fallout from here. I can't wait to have the discussion. There's some great matchups on this card for tonight. Highly suggest everybody go out and watch it. But I also highly suggest you go out and watch my friends, my co-host, my brothers, my bearded bros, and what they do. Kevin, why don't you let them know where they can find more of that old Kevin Kalloway?
They can find me at Kevin Kalloway on Facebook, Kalloway Kevin on Instagram, and then Lucha Boom next weekend. We got the one of the main events announced. You ready for this, boys? You ready for this? We got Mike Santana versus Nick Nemeth.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With the Masonic.
Man, look at Grun. Dude, if you lived closer, Grun would be there.
You didn't just get anybody. You got Mike Santana, the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, going up against former Dolph Ziggler WWE superstar Nick Nemeth.
Yep. That's the one.
Yep. That's how Kevin rolls.
What kind of favors did you have to promise?
I don't know. I don't deal in those favors.
Well, Grun, when when the medical professionals show up to your house to collect your kidneys, you'll understand what he did. So
hell,
my bad, dog.
That's awesome.
All I did was add you to some kind of list. I don't know what list it was, but
it's just a list,
hopefully you don't get spirited away.
Yeah,
I hope so.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You live in Philly. You'll be fine. You'll be.
Someone will stab him on the way out.
But that Kevin. Oh my god. I love it. I love Kevin went there, and that's fantastic. Get us pictures, Kevin, because we want to see
I will.
everything that you see at the show.
I will.
Grun, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, or Kick under the name Grunmiester. I stream every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. WWE, SmackDown, Pro Wrestling, sometimes AEW. I'll definitely be going on a rant on Mercedes Moné and her 12
was 12
championships.
titles.
12 titles now? I'm sorry.
She's
but
this close to Jason Voorhees.
So
She's
cool.
one more title away from Jason Voorhees. I'm telling you.
I can't wait.
she is this
I
close.
can't wait.
From me completely saying, nope, I'm done with AEW because they're just going to bury the independent scene. Because what has she done? Again, rant. Tune in Fridays.
I'm
for
going
my
to become
rant.
the Joker.
Yep. I
Wow.
will become the Joker. Okay.
Wow,
You guys will like it. Mercedes won't.
Wow. Yeah, go catch Grun in Grun's room on Fridays at 7 p.m. I was there last week. It was a fun time.
Oh,
we
yeah.
we got pretty conspiratorial on that one. I don't know if your fan base enjoyed it, Grun, but we definitely dove down some rabbit holes. It was a fun show though, so go check that out. Now, you liked what you seen here? You can catch it every Monday at 7 p.m. It's the Monday Night Raw preview review show with us, IYH, and the Window Lickers. That's what brings us here to you. And Goalie Nutrition. Go check out goalie.com. You can get a discount with IYH by using IYH at checkout. So just use that. It's good. It's good for you. 10%. You'll get it off. So tomorrow night, we got the hot tag. That's going to be fun. That's going to be House talking about everything to talk about with wrestling. You've seen the show before with House and how he's got it set up. So you know what you're about to see. You're about to see, are we buying? Are we selling? We're going to be talking indie stuff. We're also going to be talking main event stuff. So tune in tomorrow. You'll see it. I think it's 6 or 5 p.m. depending on when House lets us know. Outside of that, Bouquet of Legacy. Look who learned the title of the new show. Yes, go check it out. That's Annie O'Neill and House. And they put on a great show. And it's all about empowering women.
Yes,
Yes.
a nice interview with Ray Larson last week.
That's where we're going with that. Ray Larson, part of IYH. She's part of the family. She's in the fold. She was on IYH's Bouquet of Legacy. Said it twice. I'm good. Anyways, go check it out. It's either 5 or 6 on a Wednesday. You can check that out. You need to get the notifications going, and then you'll know when we go live. ECW Watch Along is Thursday night. Notice how we're going down the line. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're at Thursday. It's ECW Watch Along, and that's where me and House we watch ECW, and we invite you along for the ride. We've been doing ECW highlights. Mustafa Saeed was a part of ours. We discussed the infamous pencil shaving smoking incident. That's a lot to say in one incident. And well, we talked about what his actual take on it. Yes, there was an interview with Mustafa and they asked him about it and he answered. He said he was during those times he was a little inebriated. He wanted to see if he could get a buzz off of it. So what? What are you going to do? Nothing. Because it's Mustafa Saeed. And if you enjoyed that, you're going to enjoy all the other ones we had. We had Joel Gertner on the show. Joe Gertner. He was there. Joel, he was sitting there. He was the quintessential stud muffin that he always is. We've also had some amazing guys like Bill Alfonso, Sabu. I've interviewed Raven myself. What I'm saying is we did some ECW stuff like we always do. What we want to do is more ECW stuff. That's at the Squared Circle Expo. We want to see if they're going to bring an ECW legend and if me and House can sit down with them and bring it to you. How are we going to do that? We are going to have a GoFundMe in the next 2 weeks. Grun has already did his video. The rest are coming in. We're going to get them in. We're going to get them up. And we need to push this thing, this GoFundMe, because what it's ultimately going to do, it's going to bring sweet baby Philly boy Grun to Indianapolis, where he can hang out with IYH. It's also going to help out if Annie and Kevin say, hey guys, I'm hungry. We can go, bump, bump, bump. Gotcha. And they can go get a nice treat. So support us because we would support you. We always do. We go out to the shows. We're out there. We're being a part of the bloodline of wrestling, and we want to be even more. We want to be the actual oxygen of wrestling coverage, because that's what we can do. And at the Squared Circle Expo, we're going to show you what that's all about. We have so much in for that one. There's going to be shirt designs. There's going to be a shirt maker right next to us, helping us out, making sure things are done. You can get possibly the squirrel fighting shirt from Grun. Yeah, we are going to have that one available. So fans, if you loved what you've seen, come back again next Monday, because we would love to see you again.
Can I send us out? Can I send us out? Can I send us out?
Send us out, bud.
Remember from earlier what I said I was going to put.
Oh, oh my God. That's right.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
Enjoy your cursed megastar, me.
Here we go. This is
What in the hell is that thing?
Have a good night, folks.
Hey, how many fingers am I holding up? One. Congrats. Won yourself a Chewy bar.